I cannot do a tumble today because my hair is too complicated and I will break my neck. Hi.
Hello.
I'm going to use all my journalistic integrity to ask you a very kind of like biting, like just get ready for it. It's going to be a heavy question.
Real journalism question.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Hard-hitting.
What is the best thing that's happened to you in quarantine so far?
The best thing easily has been the fact that I never have to leave you anymore. We normally kind of work from home anyway, but I gotta go do lots of adventures and go off and do wrestling shows and stuff. And that's like a 2-hour drive that way, and then maybe I can come back, or maybe I'm working late. But now, thanks to government mandated isolation, I never have to leave you. And it's been really awesome to actually be home with you all the time.
Ask me what's the worst thing that's happened to me.
What's the worst thing that's happened to you in isolation?
The fact that you never leave.
It's...
Nah, I love you heaps.
Yeah.
That was gonna be my answer. I thought you would do like a silly answer that I could riff on, and then I would be like, the best thing that's happened to me is that I love you and you're here all the time. People don't want to hear this. People want to hear that like you do poos and they smell.
Get ready for a handful of earnestness flung at your face like a big clump of semen.
Ernest Goes to Quarantine.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I've never seen those films, but I'm familiar with them from their DVD covers.
Yeah, Ernest Goes Somewhere Cheap.
And also his name is Ernest, which is what you are being.
This is true.
That is a joke.
What has been the best thing for you as far as, being stuck here with me?
I think outside of the fact that I love you and we're here all the time together, it's probably been like the freedom that only ever being seen by people on Skype has given me for my makeup in the morning. Like I'll do like a really thick paint for the back type of situation where I'm just like, you know what, blush, yes. Do you want mascara? All of it, please. Like there's just a sort of like, people are only ever gonna see you at so many pixels. So I've really enjoyed sort of upping my situation on my face.
Haven't you kind of worked from home on webcam doing Skype meetings for years?
But then we would go home, like we would go to the supermarket.
Go to the gym or something.
Yeah, I don't want to look like an insane clown.
Humans. Yeah, okay, cool.
But now I can look like an insane clown, and honestly, it's only you that has to suffer, so...
We're running a very small posse.
Is this a posse?
Yes, just the two of us.
You know, for a very long time, I'd never heard that said out loud, and I thought it was posts.
Posts? I see posts! That, excellent.
What about you?
What's my worst bit?
Yeah.
What's my... I don't know. I think there's maybe a very small, crawling, burgeoning insanity developing at the back of my head, but that's ages away from coming to the forefront and having me, start washing my genitals in toothpaste and writing on the wall in feces. So, it's down the line, and I'm sure our trusty government will have this whole thing wrapped up well before I get that crazy.
You don't trust the government?
No, I don't. And I don't trust my mental health either, so we're fucked.
Whoa.
Enjoy watching this degeneration play out over episodes of social distancing.
Oh my god, and then like one episode you're just not here anymore?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, Alex isn't here today because I had to kill him in self-defense while he was asleep.
I was thinking that you'd kill yourself.
In self-defense while I'm asleep.
It's
I like
the best. How funny this has gotten.
Yeah. We're a ways off then. I'm sure things will pan out fine.
I did want to talk about, so obviously Easter's approaching, and I think we've all been inside for like quite a long time now. Do you think when we start like peeping back out there, like what is that gonna be like? Like the other day I was thinking to myself, like, should I go for a drive? I know we're not allowed to drive anywhere, but I'll drive for exercise because I actually think I'm forgetting I'm forgetting how to drive. Like I'm a little worried that I'm not going to remember how to like use, I don't know, like am I gonna not be capable when I go back out there? Like are you worried about being a human again?
You think it's like releasing an animal back into the wild and they've forgotten how to forage?
Yeah.
Or something like that. Yeah, what's the word? Oh, that's actual being institutionalized.
Yes.
Yes. Look, I think there's a chance that we'll all end up like Morgan Freeman at the end of Shawshank Redemption and be sort of caught between the two enticing choices of working in a supermarket or hanging yourself, which, faces a great deal of our essential workers now anyway.
Oh, jeez.
But I think a lot of people will kind of be a bit agoraphobic in the wake of this. Like you kind of settle into being inside all the time and then, they open the hatch and like try to encourage the dolphin to swim out.
Like the sun and like... Just
like fucking groundhog. That's my groundhog impersonation. It's like, what the fuck? I'm outside.
Because up until this point, we've just been like that cat peeping, waiting for parcels. You know that thing?
Yeah, spying cat. So I think, I mean, it probably depends how long this is going to go and how strict it's going to be in the meantime. And what sort of hellish dystopia is waiting for us.
We have flattened the curve, they said. So it's probably just 6 to 12 more months until they have a vaccine.
Sweet. So we'll just keep flattening that curve in the meantime.
Real flat.
But she said Easter's coming. And I think it's going to be a real challenge for the curve flattening. Because I don't know what you reckon, but I think a lot of people are going to take a big old shit on the rules this weekend for the sake of, it's what Jesus would have wanted as he was nailed to death. He would have wanted us to fuck the curve.
You can feel it in the air. Like, people are like, now he said I can't go outside, I'm gonna go the fuck outside. Like, you can just sense that people are gonna...
It's Easter and I want to take the boat out.
Yeah.
Says guys who've like been off work anyway.
Don't forget, like, the person, like, there was that minute, like, she was, Barra Jicklin was trying to make the announcement where they're like, don't go anywhere for Easter. Meanwhile, one of her own ministers was just like at their fucking holiday house. First of all, how do you get a holiday house? I don't understand. Second of all, how do you get a first house? I don't understand.
No, it's never going to happen to us now. We're past that time. Unless, great communist leader Andrews builds a series of serviceable communist blocks for us to live in and own.
That's BLOC, right?
Yes. But yeah, I think everyone's probably fixing to fuck up quarantine going into Easter. I have a friend who works as a butcher and she's like, everyone's been coming in buying big legs of lamb, like way more than one household could ever eat, unless they were like,
you are planning for your family to come over.
Yeah, you're planning to fuck up social distancing for the sake of Easter. It's not what Jesus would have wanted. He fucking died this weekend. He wasn't around. Don't waste his effort.
He was distancing so hard. I want to say cave.
I'll write this out in a cave with a boulder in front of it.
Can I just double check what the story of Easter is? Jesus dies, goes into a cave, 3 days, alive again. Is that it?
Well, yes, pretty much. Yeah, dies on the cross, take him down.
Is there more Jesus story after that?
No, that's it. They say he rose, but it's not like the new adventures of Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's like Blade Trinity, and he's got like younglings that he's teaching the ropes. It's just going to be
I was thinking when
they're solving crimes. Yeah, it's
the
not
Marvel dudes, like the next ones. We're like, these aren't as good.
Young Avengers, Scrappy Doo. Yeah, it's not really like that. Basically, he rose. No, it's not like there were 4 more seasons after his death. Basically, he gets spotted a couple of times.
In like a towel?
Yeah. Like I saw Jesus in the background while I was doing a promo. And so it's a bit like that. It's not like he just had another 5 years of life.
That's weird. That seems like copping out in terms of storytelling. Like, then he woke up and it was all a dream.
Yeah, he came back from the dead, but was a bit of a ghost.
A bit of a ghost. Is he a ghost or is he not a ghost?
I think this is the time when I say it's been a long time, many years since I was at Anglican school, and I don't remember the details of anything they told me about the life and adventures of Christ. So don't quote me on that. I'm no more an expert on Jesus than I am on coronavirus, but I do play a great Jesus, and we're going to put a photo of that there. Thank you, Bryn.
Did you know that at any time, if you witness a crime, you can dob that crime into Victoria Police?
Be a good citizen.
Yeah, just call them on 131 444. We'll put that number right there. The exciting news is that Victorians have helpfully taken up the mantle of dobbing in on their fucking neighbours who are doing anti-social distancing stuff. So instead of the regular amount of calls, this fortnight we have experienced 22,500 calls of people dobbing in them cunts next door for doing the wrong thing. I have to ask you, would you dob in people that you saw? Like, if you was peeping out the window and you saw people across the road, would you be like, I'm gonna fucking get them? Or are you like, fuck the man?
I took water restrictions seriously because I believe in like drought.
Because you're a hippie.
Yeah, because I'm a hippie. An environmentalist. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry.
But I never actually ratted on someone I saw hosing off their concrete driveway or something like that. I thought about it and said I'd be passive aggressively sneering at them and making noises, but I never ratted on anyone. But our country...
What kind of noises?
There's a fucking drought, cunt, is what I'd say. But I never called the fuzz and rattled on them. But our country has a proud tradition of bootlicking. And it's basically the boot is on top of you and you're like, oh, thank you, the man.
So it means you love the man?
It does. It's the opposite of don't tread on me. It's please tread on me, I belong under your boot. And it's basically what you call someone who's sort of like overly sympathetic to the man in their attempt to police us. And there's a sort of an ongoing public image of Australians as lovable larrikins who are all like up yours, boss, and doing what they want. But actually, statistically, we are a bunch of toadying grade grubbers who are quite willing to sort of, once the rules come in, we're all over making people follow them and stuff like that. And so this to me is no surprise. And even though I'm for social distancing, I'm also like, of course, you know, people are like, oh, so-and-so's out with their kids at the playground, calling the number. Morty, they're doing it again! Tell the police! Yeah, and so you can imagine how many of these calls are born out of personal rivalries.
I was 100% thinking, like, most of this surely is just like, you already fucking hated them, and you're like, now's your chance to get Diane from next door.
Yeah, oh, look, the Patels are out in force. Rat on them. Now we've got a law to hold them accountable. Yeah, it's...
how much extra work is that making for police, too? Like, they have to probably take every single one of those calls seriously.
I mean, how do you think they respond? You know, 5 people having a picnic at the playground. Let's roll!
Well, we know from those fines that they are fining people for doing that sort of stuff.
They are not fucking around. It's not just that person who got done teaching her daughter how to drive.
What a bitch.
There's never going to be a future in which your daughter's allowed to drive anywhere, so why waste the time and energy?
She hasn't got a future.
But yeah, it's like, I don't know about you and whether I'm just excessively cynical, probably, but it's of no surprise that people are rushing to rat on their peers in this situation. Everyone, like, they love to act like they're a bunch of rebels, but they're not. They're a bunch of bootlicking crawlers.
And that's our new byline.
Yeah.
Hi, Australia, you bootlicking crawlers.
You bootlicking scum. And hey, if you put a negative comment down here, I'm going to call the police and tell them that you are having a picnic. And then you'll be fucked and fined. That's it for another episode of Social Distancing. I hope you're being safe, staying clean, not rubbing your germs all over family members for Easter. Continue flattening the curve. Remember, 9/11 was an inside job and Epstein didn't kill himself. Good night.
Harris scarf, or 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 Harris scarf.